Welcome, kids. I'm back. Hey, this is going to be part 2 on interpreting. Today we're going to be doing line plots or dot plots, as a lot of people call them. And just first of all, to continue a little bit in our doctor homage, doctors, nurses, physicians, hospitals, EMTs, EMS, etc. Okay. Actually, that wasn't for social distancing. Your breath stinks. Brush your teeth, kids. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. All right, seriously, let's start off with a couple of doctor jokes. How about that? All right. So, what do you call a student that had all C's in medical school? All C's. Hopefully, you don't call him your doctor. You know there's some out there, right? Hey, what happened? Okay, there's my red. Where did the boat go when it felt sick? I don't know, that's the boat riding in on the waves. Where did the boat go when it was feeling sick? Wait for it. To the dock. Okay, that looks kind of cool too. If I'm red or the background's red, one or the other. The lighting has to pick me up. Come on. All right. And now it's gone. That is bizarre. I have no control over this, boys and girls. Special effects. The special effects guy is going to get fired. All right, there we go. That's where I wanted it. All right, so why did the banana go to the hospital? Because he wasn't peeling well. You know, like peel it, like a banana peeling well. Okay. Fact or fiction? Does an apple a day really keep the doctor away? Yes, it does if you aim well. Okay. All right, last one, guys. Did you hear the joke about the germ? Never mind, I don't want to spread it around. Okay. All right, there we go, guys. We're going to do quick screen share, small homage, or however you say it. I think it's a French word. You know, doctors and hospitals have been on TV since long before you were born, boys and girls. Started back when I was born or before, okay? Some of the first known TV shows with doctors. MASH was hugely popular. It was a forward hospital in Korea, set in the Korean War, and had lots of great guest appearances. Alan Alda, right down here. I was looking up here because he's like the tall one, but he's down here in this picture. Alan Alda is a hilarious comedian of the time. He still shows up in some movies now. This guy was funny. He'd always kind of a grouch, and he was in a TV show called The Odd Couple. It was like one straight, clean-cut, organized, OCD kind of guy. And then this guy, Jack Klugman, played like this slob, lazy, messy guy. And so they both were living together, and it was just funny watching all their battles and everything. But he had this very popular medical show called Quincy M.E. Like he was a medical examiner, and he did like medical detective work. It was really cool. I mean, I was a little kid, but it could hold my attention. The other cool thing, whoa, did you see that? I don't know what happened there. I had like a digital shakedown. But even as a kid, it was cool. You could follow storylines, and they'd have guest appearances on all these kind of shows. Some parents seeing this know who these people are, right? Luke and Laura. It's from a soap opera called General Hospital. And at one point when these two got married, it was such a hugely popular event. I mean, of the 80s, it's like up there with some of the top 5 things ever watched on TV of the 80s. There was Who Shot JR? Luke and Laura got married. Princess Diana's real live wedding. and there's probably some others I can't recall right now. But anyway, hugely popular show, General Hospital. Um, this one was popular for a while in the 80s. It was called Trapper John M.D. And he was a doctor, and it was a medical show. I watched it some. Oh my gosh, this was a star-studded cast here. This was called St. Elsewhere. I didn't watch it a whole lot. I saw a few episodes, and I remembered these two people were in it because he was a side actor, showed up in a bunch of different movies here and there, and David Morse is his name. I forgot his name off and on over time, but I always liked him as a side character. And this guy's a comedian, Howie Mandel. He was hilarious. He hosts that TV game show trying to win money. Ed Begley Jr. has been in a lot of things. Mark Harmon was hugely popular in the 80s. This looks like Costanza off Seinfeld, but it's not. But check this out. I never knew that he was in this show until I just went and looked for this picture. I was like, no way, that's Denzel. Holy crap, Denzel started on this hospital show. Maybe he did some stuff before this too, but oh my gosh, I never knew he was in this hospital show. So hospital shows, medical dramas, there's been tons of them. Doogie Howser was hugely popular in the 80s, where a child, was like a genius, and he becomes a doctor. Okay, it was really funny. He had a little sidekick friend that was his age that he did fun kid things with, and then it showed medical drama that he'd have to deal with as a doctor. Did you see that? Am I shaking in the recording? I'm noticing me shaking a lot. That's pretty cool. I wish I could control that. Okay, I'm covering up Noah over here, Noah Wyle. He was kind of popular. He was in one of the Star Trek series. This guy here, really cool. He was in Revenge of the Nerds, a very popular movie. George Clooney. He had some appearances on Roseanne comedy show. He was in ER, and then just huge superstar movies. All right, what else we got here? Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. I almost forgot about this one. She was a doctor on the prairie, and she goes to a small town, and I think Sully here is part Indian. They become a love interest, but they interact with the Native American Indians and just life on the prairie and the kind of things that can happen. It's a pretty cool show. And this picture, hello. Boy, I didn't know it was going to be that small. I would have picked another one. This is Grey's Anatomy, a long time running TV series, and they change out a lot of the doctors over time. But a big popular one here in the middle, Patrick Dempsey. If you don't recognize him, he's been in tons of movies. You would recognize him if you could see a better picture of him. But Grey's Anatomy was a huge one. This was one of my favorites. I've seen maybe every episode, maybe not, but like Roseanne, Seinfeld, George Lopez, and Scrubs, some of my favorite TV comedies ever. Scrubs is hilarious. Turk over here. You got to check out the Turk video of him doing a cover of the song Poison. Hilarious. Great stuff. And she was one of the Beckys in Roseanne. Roseanne had two different Beckys. Okay. Oh, I skipped one. That was House. House was awesome. He was a very sarcastic doctor who would put people down and joke around, but he was a genius and would figure out crazy stuff in the hospital. Dr. Oz, of course, more recently, he became popular making guest appearances on Oprah Winfrey. And then, like Dr. Phil, who's more of a psychologist, Dr. Oz is a medical doctor, got his own show, springboarding off of being popular with Oprah Winfrey. But, I mean, these are doctors. They're doing fix-ups of horrible plastic surgery jobs and other things. I've only seen a couple episodes of that, but maybe I've seen 10 in my lifetime. Pretty crazy, but I'm glad there's people like that to fix up people's messes, right? You guys see? Am I digitally shaking and baking over here? Pretty hilarious. Who knows who this guy is? This show is crazy. It's kind of interesting and addictive when you get watching it. And I think he's in Houston. He's in Texas. So I don't know how to pronounce his name. I saved his picture with his name, but I don't have that where I can see it right now live. But the TV show is called My 600-Pound Life, and he helps people recover from the impossible and like get back to normal lifestyles. You would not believe all the things some people can't do if they get too far gone with that weight situation. So I just really love how many people he's helped. And, you know, sometimes it's tough. It's not easy. He's got to, I mean, before he does the surgeries, he prescribes a way of living and eating and them to lose so much weight on their own, so he knows that they will follow through. Pretty cool. If you're ever flipping channels, watch it for a minute. And just thankful for people like him helping people who get mistreated as if they're not human, just because of what they've been through in life and where they are right now. That doesn't define them as a person. So I really appreciate what he does for people. The Doctors was a TV kind of talk show. They made it like all these talk shows where they have different celebrities sitting around talking about stuff, but they had it where instead of celebrities, it was doctors, and they talk about all kinds of different topics. And it made, I don't know if it's still on now, but it did quite a number of seasons. The Good Doctor is one a lot of you might be familiar with now. That's still running. It's new from the past few years or so. Really unique. I mean, how many new medical show ideas can you come up with? So it's a really unique, different perspective. You have someone with like high functioning autism that becomes a doctor. He passes everything to become a doctor, and so he gets to work in that environment, and it shows sometimes some of the struggles and hiccups he has to deal with some of his tics, or what you would call him, okay, what you would call them. Okay, forgive the lack of jargon in that realm. Chicago Med, I don't know much about. That's a newer one from the past 5 to 7 years. Just another. I know Chicago Fire and Chicago Med came out close to the same time. They did a couple of joint episodes together, which was kind of cool. And Dr. Kynn, I love this guy. He's a comedic actor. He's been in a lot of different movies, and I haven't seen his Dr. Kynn show. I don't know if it's on Netflix or regular TV, but he's got a show, and it's probably pretty cool or hilarious because he's just funny. So if you know who he is, you know what I'm talking about. Oh man, dude, it's hard to look away. I'm telling you. Now, I'm the type of person, I can get nauseous and turn my head and be like dry heave a lot. And be like, I just can't watch for a second. But the part leading up to all that, and the backstories and the people she helps who come in with crazy disfigurations that they don't want to go in public, and everybody judges them because of whatever. And sometimes it's not even stuff you can see. Maybe it's on their back or wherever. And you see these ginormous 5-pound things on a person's head or back or wherever, and she will go cut it off. Sometimes I've seen people where they have like 200 of them all over their face and shoulders and chest, and she'll go and get them all off. Just really cool, and a very charming person. I'm just really glad for what she does. Okay, that was all the pictures of TV shows. Guys, there's also veterinary science, medical science. I mean, there's a lot of fields you could go into. If you want to go to college, you could do 2 to 5 years in different areas and be specialists on different things, or you could go full on be some kind of doctor or something. So that's up to you, but it's a great field. It's always going to be there. People are always going to have health needs. So anyway, this is just part 2 of thank you. God bless and protect all the doctors, nurses, physicians, specialists. Keep them in your prayers, guys. And we're going to stop sharing and go over to IXL now. You guys ready for some math? Yeah, that's what I thought. How many people keep watching past this? Listen, so for those of you doing the homework with me, the cool thing about this is before you have to do the homework, I'm going to show you how to do a few samples, okay? Now, this is one of the weirdest IXLs I've seen. You guys have already done this once earlier this year. We blanked out all the scores so we could do them again as a review to finish up the year, make sure we remember everything. There is no levels for me to jump through here. It's basically however, I don't know if this was an accident on their part, but I've gone up to 90 something twice and looked for different problems that I liked. And this is a new, oh, by the way, I'm using a new computer I got from the school. I had a Mac and they offered us new computers. I didn't read the email. I was supposed to respond and say if I wanted a Mac or a Windows. And I loved Windows. I hated Mac when I first got it, but now I've been addicted to Mac for a year. That's what I've used. All my stuff is on a Mac, but I broke my Mac. And because I didn't state a preference, the email said I would get a Windows. So I spent a large portion of today trying to get everything over to this new computer and logging on to all my websites and everything I use on here, transferring pictures. Oh my gosh. And the other thing is the video editor I bought on the Mac doesn't work on the Windows. So I'm gonna have to try a couple free video editors for a while, and then maybe I'll buy another one for Windows later. Okay. Check the red swimming around. I don't know why this never happened on all the other times I did this where the colors would bounce around. There we go. Okay, let's do this math, guys. So the couple things I always told you when we have these kind of bar graphs, and this problem is actually asking it, it is a good thing to total the columns. Usually if this was a test question, they could ask you all kinds of things. So we would normally write the total above each column, and we would want a grand total of all, okay? And that's actually what this question is at. Oh no, whoops, I'm on the wrong problem. Select, we'll come back to that one. I forgot to switch back. Okay, so that's what the first question is asking. How many children are there in all? Okay, so in this case, we're not having to total each individual column, but they do want a grand total. And so this IXL, you're pretty much just going to be counting a lot of these little X's. Counting X's. Let's not go there, parents, right? All right, shut up. You kids don't know what we're talking about. You cannot relate. All right, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to do the other two little ones because I know 17 plus 3 is 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Okay? 38. Oh, anyway, I didn't quite get to finish that story. So I had gone up to the 90s twice doing every problem because I couldn't skip levels. You know, you're like, haha, Mr. Douglas, that's what you get. That's what we have to do all the time, right? And I selected some that I thought were good examples of things I wanted to show you. And it turns out they're all pretty much the same problems we're seeing at the beginning, level 1. I've done a whole bunch of level 1s here. They're the same exact kind of things. The hardest problems are where they make you count tons of those little X's, okay? And the second thing we want to be aware of are the phrases they use, okay? Less than, more than, at least, at most, minimum of, maximum of, okay? Now, less than, more than, that means you're not counting that number. So if I say, I will not take less than $100 for this game I'm selling or whatever, okay? Okay, 40 bucks. I will not take less than $40 for this game. Will I take $39? No. Will I take 40? If I said I will not take less than 40, then I would take 40. I changed the words there. But honestly, the way they're using them is they'll say, students rolled a number less than 5, it cannot equal 5. Okay? That's a little different than the way I just spoke it. If they say more than or less than, then it does not include that number. If they say at least or at most, then it does include that number. I want at least 5. It includes 5. I'm happy with 5. At most 5. I will take 5 or less. A minimum of 5. It includes 5. A maximum of 5. It includes 5. See the difference? So these 4 include the number. These 2 would not unless you worded it the way I originally did, which that's not the way usually they ever word it. So I apologize for saying that wrong up front. Okay, so let's look how easy this is. How many students rolled a number less than 5? Well, they don't even try to trick you here. There is no 5 to include. They could have included a 5 and tricked a few of us, okay? But anything 5 or more, we're not counting. It has to be less than, so it's this side. So here's one trick I do. These 3 are close to the same size, so I'm going to count this one first, the smallest of 3. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Let me get my mouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 7, okay? So I have 3 times 7 is 21. And then I have a couple extras here, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, 29. Oh, I actually didn't mean to do this. Problem, I was going to go to the other tab. Ah, what? 27. So I miscounted. How many students will they number less than 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I counted these two. Oh my. That's why you read your corrections, boys and girls. So it said less than 5. And I counted here, and I got 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And after 27, I went whoop over here. And as you know, when you make a stupid mistake like that, they push your number back and start you over, right? Okay, well, I was going to go on the next tab. I'll do one more here since, let's see what they're going to give me since I messed that one up and I didn't read. While compiling photos for an album, Stacy noted a number of photographs taken by each of her friends and family. How many people took more than 3 photographs? Okay, so each of these is a person. The X's are people, and this is how many photographs were taken by each person. So this many people took no pictures, okay? They want to know how many people took more than 3. Does that include 3? No, it has to be more than 3. So here's 3. I want just these over here. So I'm gonna, you guys can't see me, I'm gonna put my thumb over those. Oh my gosh, I forgot this new computer is touchscreen. I just touched that and she started talking. Thank you. Why, thank you, miss. Okay. So how many people took more than 3? So it's going to be these right here. And after I count these, I cannot go back over here and add these on, right, guys? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I take that 4 and I cut over here. There's another 4 right there. So 4 plus 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, I'm done. It's just right there, 13. Okay, 13, lucky 13. There we go. Now let's go on to the next one. I'm going to do a few more. And this is all they are, guys. These are 2 easy IXLs. Making finger puppets. Hi, guys. All right. Somerville Art Museum recorded how many finger puppets the children made at last Sunday's art workshop. How many children made exactly 2? Exactly 2. 1, 2. Boys and girls, can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boys and girls. That's my little honorary joking elementary school voice. Because this is so basic. Why is this even a question on here? I don't know. But that's what some of the questions are at all levels. Coach the academic bowl, blah, 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 blah. Here's what they want to know. If I can read a graph, this is what they want to know. How many people scored less than 6? So could they score 6? No, it has to be less than 6. So it can't be 6. So it can only be these right here. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people scored less. Say it. Oh, blank people. Okay, well, I said 4 people. All right, you got it. 2 more. Oh, my favorite, right? Pizza, 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 pizza paella. Okay. Italian restaurant. Monitored I wonder who owns that restaurant. Is it Mario? That wasn't any good. Mario! Monitored the number of times its regular customers ate pizza last month. So this, I've said this many times, in every business, there's numbers to study, especially if you want to stay in business. You want to study your demographics, your main customers, and see what you can do to serve them better. You can learn things like what days to prep the most pizzas, the days and what times of the day the most popular, what times of night. How many pizza customers ate pizza at least 4 times? So this is how many times eaten, and these are the customers. Now, if this is all they got, hopefully it's a small town and they don't need much to stay in business. All right, so this is for 1 month, the whole month, they have this many customers. Now notice some did order 6 times, 5 times. Guys, you know Domino's, this is like within an hour or less. So if you added all these up, 6 plus 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, you know, you hit dinner or nighttime on Friday, Saturday night, boom. Not to, hey, I love all pizza. I have a little bit of a loyalty. Domino's is my first love since my childhood, and I've worked there twice. All right. Oh, okay. I'm thinking about pizza. It's hard to do math when you're thinking about food, right? Let's see. I think I got some chocolate here. Some leftover chocolate eggs. Ah, these stupid things. All right. Where are we at? How many customers ate pizza at least 4 times? So here's 4, and it at least means they could eat 4. So I'm starting at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. All right, one problem left, guys. You can handle these. Football. Touchdowns scored last season. How many players? So these X's are the players. That's a lot of football players that get to touch the ball and score touchdowns. So here's a bunch that did not, right? How many players scored more than 1 touchdown last season? So could they score 1? No, it has to be more than. So this is when you get to the higher levels. You get these where you're just counting a whole bunch of little X's. So you got to zoom in to be careful, whatever you got to do, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 players scored more than 1. Boom. There it is, guys. All right. So we'll have another couple videos in the next couple days. You guys take care. Be safe. Say your prayers. God bless.